What's going on, y'all? Your boy Darius the Great here back in from the video, and this time we have ourselves something different on the channel because it is, of course, at the time of recording, October 1st. We are in the month of October. It is spooky season. I even got the lights in here, red. Oh, spooky. It's also my birthday month. Gotta love it. So yeah, this month I'm gonna be peppering in some spooky, scary videos like the one I'm going to watch today, which is 3 horrific true restaurant horror stories by Mr. Nightmare. Now, I've occasionally watched, Mr. Nightmare's channel. Guys like him and Mr. Ballin, I think was the other dude's name, who they're terrific storytellers when they're telling these spooky, creepy, scary stories, right? So I'm gonna be watching this one with you guys. The link, of course, will be in the description for the original video. Go over there, support Mr. Nightmare's channel, and also do me a huge favor, man. All right, my goal, my little benchmark goal right here is to get to 200 subscribers, right? Last time I checked, I'm at 199. So if just one of you subscribes, you'll get me to 200, man. And we can keep that train rolling all the way to 1,000. That is the big, goal at the end of the tunnel is 1,000. Then I guess I'll have made it on YouTube in some capacity, right? But yeah, man. Help me get to 1,000. Help me get to 200 on that road to 1,000. And also, like the video, click that thumbs up button, man. I'm told it helps out with the engagement, helps the algorithm push my content, man. Click the notification bell if you haven't already. That way you'll know it every time I upload a video. And that's all I got. Yeah, let's get into this thing, man. I'm ready to be creeped out with some horror stories. This is gonna be fun. Or maybe not. Let's get it.
This video's theme is restaurant stories because of today's sponsor, Factor 75.
Nice, man.
Which is a service that lets you
get your bread, man.
Shopping, cooking, and cleaning by delivering fresh, never frozen,
can't wait till I get some
meals right to your doorstep. Factor's meals are ready
Which
in
again,
just 2 minutes.
subscribe. You help me get
so
there.
All you have to do is heat and enjoy, then get back to your daily routine. And if you're looking for calorie-conscious options during the busy fall season, you can try delicious, dietitian-approved calorie-smart meals with around or less than 550 calories.
Okay, all right, let's go. Story 1 by Kate B. Uh-oh. And these are allegedly, of course, true.
I was 25. I went on a solo trip to Rio de Janeiro.
Okay.
My favorite DJ would be there that weekend, and I always wanted to go anyway.
Beautiful
I've traveled
place.
solo many times in my life and never had any issues. Airbnbs aren't expensive a little outside of the city, and the one I was staying at was very nice and comfortable. It was its own little one-floor house, but the whole inside was very modern and clean.
I've never actually used an Airbnb
Friday
before.
that I landed, I unpacked at the Airbnb, grabbed dinner, and went to the rooftop venue where the DJ would be performing.
Okay.
The first day and night all went well, and I met some really cool people at the rooftop. James, Ethan, and Jess. Ethan and Jess were dating. James, I guess, was third wheeling on the trip.
There's always one.
The next day, I met up with them as they were also on a trip here. We got brunch together, and we checked out some of the sites together, like the Christ Redeemer and Sugarloaf
I was about to say, I'm waiting to see that statue.
Unfortunately, they had tickets that they had already bought to another show that night, which I couldn't go to. So I was back to my solo ventures, which was fine.
Okay.
I still found things to do. Eventually, when I was hungry, I walked back in the direction of the Airbnb, towards the outside of the city. On the way back, I stopped at a restaurant I found.
Uh-oh. Here we
I
go.
speak a little Portuguese, but I'm by no means fluent. So I tried to keep to places where people seemed to speak English while I was alone. The menu on the window had some English writing, so I went inside. This restaurant was kind of small and dark.
That's
a lot
not
of the
good.
restaurants in the area were expensive, but this one seemed affordable, so I stayed. The dining space was very long and narrow. It wasn't really busy. There were a few people sat further down at a couple tables. Then there was a man seated at a table basically next to mine. He was about 50. I wondered if he was another tourist. He and I were the only 2 people seated alone in here. The server came over and initially spoke in Portuguese.
Okay.
And I asked in Portuguese if he speaks English, and he said yes.
Good.
From there on, I ordered in English. I noticed the man at
one
the
would.
other table, looking over, watching as I ordered. It was kind of weird. When the server walked away after taking my order, the man said in English with a Portuguese accent that my Portuguese sounded good.
No, I didn't
said,
ask
"Thank
you.
you." And he started talking to me in Portuguese.
No,
As if giving me a lesson. I think he thought he was coming off as charming, but it was annoying and creepy.
Yeah, sir, don't
I
talk
kept
to me.
looking down at my phone to act distracted, but he'd keep talking to me, both in English and in Portuguese.
Sir, I don't want to talk to you. I'm sorry. I'm just like, I'm much more direct when people if people get on my nerves. I'm just like, I don't want to talk to you, you stranger. All right, leave me alone. That's just
I
me.
humor him to be nice and
Nah.
not create awkwardness.
Screw being nice,
I
bro.
tried my best to converse with him in Portuguese, as he'd correct my mistakes while trying to speak. The conversation was basically where I'm from, why I'm here, what I did today, and where I'm staying.
None of your
I just
business.
made up that I'm staying with a friend. What really creeped me out was when he told me how sexy I am when I...
No, no. That's when you get up and leave. Okay, check. I know how to say check in Portuguese. Check, please. No.
Talking Portuguese. I was hoping he was leaving soon, but a part of me died inside when I saw the waiter bring him his food.
No.
Luckily, my food didn't take long. I got some pork stew dish. The man asked how it was.
Bro, I'm getting
Told
it to
him
go
fine.
and I'm leaving.
He stopped talking as much now that he was eating. Thank
Get it
God.
to go and get out of
I
there.
ate quickly. When I was done, I hurriedly asked for the check just because I didn't want to converse with this man anymore. The man also asked for the check right after I did, which I found so annoying and strange. I
Dude,
wasn't even done eating. Once I paid, I got up and walked out. The man said something in Portuguese, but all I said was bye and kept walking.
I wouldn't even said that.
It was dark out now, and the streets were a little less lively.
Nope, start
I
running.
was walking for a while.
Walk fast.
And I came to an intersection.
Speed walk.
While waiting to cross, I noticed the man from the restaurant across the street. He was definitely looking at me, but looked away the opposite direction when I noticed him. Maybe he had to walk the same way. It wasn't that unlikely. I continued to walk back, and as I was getting closer, I kept turning back just to see if he was still in sight. He wasn't.
Okay.
I arrived to the Airbnb.
Uh-huh.
I got to the front door and looked around one more time, and I noticed way down the block that man standing on the corner by the intersection. He was staring in this direction.
Man! I'm sorry.
I felt my heart drop. He was following me. I let myself inside the house and locked the door. Then I closed all the blinds. Now he knew where I was staying. I panicked and called my dad and told him.
Dude,
He told me to just be alert and make sure everything is locked, and to maybe keep a knife by me.
you can need more than a
It was
knife.
Saturday night, and my flight wasn't until late the next day, so I did want to go out.
I ain't going to sleep.
Eventually, I called an Uber to a bar in the downtown area, and I went to a venue having a house music night.
Okay.
I was there for maybe a couple hours before calling an Uber back to the Airbnb.
If you see him again.
When I got back,
swear.
I let myself into the house kind of drunk. I sat down on the couch just to relax for a bit.
He's already
But
inside.
I noticed something. I heard the sound of the outside, and then I saw the blinds to one of the windows blowing from the breeze. The window in the kitchen was open.
Oh! No! I don't think so. I don't think so. This is why you always have yourself strapped. This is I'm not. Yes, this is just a BB gun. Obviously, I would never have a real gun on camera on YouTube. You crazy? This is why you always gotta stay strapped up, man. Cause like I don't know what the protocols is for carrying weapons. You can't carry weapons from through customs and stuff. I don't know. I've never actually been on an airplane before. Still have yet to do so. But I imagine you can't actually, bring weapons with you, right? Even if the point I'm trying to say here is find a place. I don't know how Brazil's, gun laws and stuff, but you find yourself something, man. Nah, dude.
I had all the windows shut because the air conditioning was running. I immediately knew to get up and leave the house quickly. I called the emergency number. And
I was
did my
just
best
joking
to
when I
articulate to the
said
operator in Portuguese.
he was
that
already
there was a home
inside.
break-in. The police showed up in a matter of minutes, and I came out from behind the bush I was hiding in across the street when they did. One of the police officers did speak a little bit of English.
My God.
So I was able to tell him that the window was opened and I was being followed earlier. The police entered the house and yelled things I didn't understand. The moment I saw them walking outside with a man from the restaurant in handcuffs was the most shocking moment of my life. The mix of emotions I felt,
Bro, you would've
disbelief, yet relief.
You would've
but
been
also
dead
horrified
or
if I hadn't called the cops. if I had gone into the bedroom where he was probably hiding.
Under your bed?
I didn't even want to think about it.
In the closet?
He was taken away.
You'd have got
I
got.
never had to see his ugly, creepy face again. I'm glad he was stupid enough to not close the window behind him.
Yeah,
He
you
should have
would.
listened to my dad.
You would never
known all
known.
the windows as well. I just never imagined he would actually climb through one, though. I left the next day.
Wait. So you didn't actually listen. You didn't actually listen to your. Listen to your parents, kids. Like when they tell you to do something, it's usually for the greater good or the. Mike, it's for the best of. Oh my God!
Haven't returned to Brazil since.
You didn't lock the doors. Why didn't you, or the window? Why didn't you lock the window? Why? Your dad said lock the window. What
It
the
was
hell's wrong with you?
holidays. Most of my friends were away, so I had decided to look for a part-time job to earn a bit of money.
Okay.
After waiting around for about a week, I finally got a call from a nearby restaurant asking me to come in for a trial. I had a fair bit of waitering experience, so I wasn't too surprised when the owner offered me the position. The place had a really creepy atmosphere to it. It was small, dimly lit, and every so often, a terrible smell would circulate through the air. It wasn't somewhere I would have usually gone for, but I needed the money and kept reminding myself that I'd only be here until college started back up. Anyway, it was around 10 p.m., and I was out the front by myself, cleaning the cutlery while I waited for the last table to leave. It was a table of 4 big guys. They were pretty rough looking.
Probably some wrestlers.
In fact, if I passed them on the street, I would have assumed they were homeless.
Oh.
Half an hour passed, and they finally got up to leave. I smiled as one of them came to the register to pay. That's $42.50 altogether, I said.
That sounds.
He immediately handed over a bunch of crinkled notes with a big grin on his face. Unfortunately,
For 4
I
people?
had seen this kind of look before.
It's not bad.
I braced
all.
myself for the cheesy pickup line. He said to me, "You doing anything tonight, cutie?" bringing himself closer to the register. "Thank you, have a good night,"
Don't
I
ever-
replied, trying to make it clear that I was not interested.
Don't ever call. Fellas. Look. I have not had the best, relationship experience in my life, but I can tell you one thing I've learned. Never call. I mean, not that I've done this. Never call a woman cutie. That's just, don't do that. That's just cringe.
He laughed and walked out the door, mumbling something under his breath as he went. As soon as he was out of sight, I quickly cleared the dishes, cleaned down, and got changed out of my staff uniform. I waved goodbye to the last kitchen hand as I walked out the door and into the night.
Nope.
My house was only a couple of blocks away,
So you walked.
so every night I walked to save gas.
I mean, I get
I
it,
had
but
only
there's
walked for about 5 minutes when a loud whistle startled me.
no bus.
I looked off into the direction it came from and froze in fear. It was the same guy from the restaurant. He was on the opposite side of the street.
Oh, God. That cut to that picture is pretty good. That was pretty good.
Signaling for me to come over with a large grin on his face.
No.
I took a pause before my instincts kicked in, and I started to quickly walk away. My house was still about 10 minutes away.
You better start
I could feel
running.
him getting closer with every step. Terrifying thoughts were racing around in my head, knowing very well that this could end badly.
Yes.
I turned the corner and started to sprint down the footpath.
That's right. Sprint.
I felt tears gather up in my eyes as loud footsteps followed closely behind me. I didn't look behind out of fear, when all of a sudden, a hand firmly grabbed my shoulder and yanked me backwards.
What?
I turned to see the man. His face was red, and his grin had morphed into a furious expression. He put his finger up to his lips. "Don't scream or I'll cut you,"
Oh,
he whispered.
no.
At this point, I was ready to accept my fate, when out of nowhere, I felt a sudden burst of rage explode inside of me.
Okay.
I grabbed his face and dug my nails deep into his eyes.
All right, let's go.
The man let out a loud, horrible noise as he clenched his face in pain.
Kick him in the
I took
nuts.
this chance and made a run for
You
it.
should have kicked him in the nuts too. That would have
Ran
stopped
all the way
him.
back to my flat.
for far longer.
After struggling to put the key in the door, I managed to get inside. As soon as I shut the door,
Lock the windows.
I collapsed down onto the ground out of exhaustion. and
Lock the
started
windows.
to cry. My roommates all rushed down the stairs to see if I was okay.
Okay, you got people with you. Okay, yes,
After
right.
walking me to a couch, I explained what happened. They were all shocked, whilst at the same time happy to see that I escaped from the man. I rang up the restaurant and quit the next day. It was a shame, really. The owners were so kind, and I really didn't mind the place. But I was too terrified to return, knowing that that man could be waiting for me. I've started back at college now, and I'm slowly recovering from that incident.
Jeez, dude.
Sometimes I do get nightmares just thinking about what may have happened. if I hadn't attacked that man like I did.
I'm telling you right now, bro. It's just me. The fact that I have roommates, plural, I probably would have said, "Hey, bro, nah, let's." Well, how about this? If I was one of the roommates, I would have been like, "Look, hey, how many of it? 1, 2, 3, 4." He's like, "All right, let's go jump this fool." That was a terrible idea. You could have had a weapon or something. Oh, anonymous. Anonymous. Oh.
I was 19 and strapped for cash, so I temporarily took a second job working as a waitress at a diner. It was open till 3 a.m. on weeknights and 24 hours on the weekends. On the weekends, it was always a bunch of drunk kids at night that would come after they left the bars.
Okay.
During the week, most people that came late night were people working overnight shifts or just getting off from work.
Mm-hmm.
I would do the overnight shifts twice a week. Anything more than that, I probably would have passed out from a lack of sleep.
Facts.
I'd be the only server past 10 o'clock on the weekdays because there wasn't an abundance of customers, especially at the later hours of the night.
I could never.
One night, a larger man came in alone, around like 1 a.m. There was only one other customer in the restaurant at the time, I believe. I seated him. He started talking to me in a flirtatious way right away. It was always the older, unattractive ones that would be the most flirty. I had to deal with it with a smile, though.
Of course.
I basically was working on tips.
Yep, that's
He ordered a burger and a milkshake.
waiters and waitresses.
And he told me his name,
in a nutshell.
Trevor. Trevor would keep staring at me from across the diner as I would be sitting doing things on my phone.
All right, Trevor, you creep.
He was the only customer left at this point now. He called me by my name over to the table.
Uh-oh.
I went over with a smile, and he asked for the check.
Okay.
He left after paying. And when I went to collect the tip and clean the table, I noticed along with the $5 tip,
A note?
he left his number and a winking face on the bill. Gross.
Yeah.
I crumpled it up and threw it away.
Some dudes just have like no game whatsoever, dude. Like, my God. Like,
I thought that was the end of Trevor and I's story,
nah,
but it wasn't.
never is.
A few nights later, in came Trevor again, super late at night when no one else was in the place. I greeted him and sat him to a table. He actually hit me with a "how's my favorite server doing tonight?" which was odd considering I only served him one time. He
Cringe
again
and
started
weird.
some conversation with me, and I was way too exhausted for this, but I had to put a smile on my face and entertain it. I thought maybe this time he'd give a better tip if I acted interested, but
No,
that backfired.
that's gonna-
because he mistook my friendliness as interest.
Exactly.
And invited me to come on his boat sometime.
Hell no.
I asked what kind of boat it is to play along, and he showed me a picture of this tiny little thing that could barely fit 2 people based on the looks of it. I said, "Oh wow, my dad has a boat too." I should have said boyfriend looking back now.
Yeah, you should have.
I was trying to get a good tip out of him. He asked for my number, and I told him I'm not allowed to give customers my number. I could get fired. He actually believed this.
Okay.
But after he left, he once again left his number on the bill, this time with a note saying something along the lines of, "I bet you were just shy last time. Don't be shy this time. You can text me. It'll be our little secret." Followed by another winking face. He again only
No!
took $5. This guy was a creep who didn't even tip well. I hope to not see him again. But this wouldn't be a story if I didn't.
Right.
He came in the next week on another night I was working.
Dude,
It had
leave.
to be like 2 a.m., and it seemed like he'd always come in right as the place would become empty. Almost like he was sitting in the parking lot,
So it
waiting
could-
to come when I wouldn't be serving any tables.
So it could just be you two.
This time he came in, and the first thing he said was, "You don't call her right?"
No!
But he didn't say it with a smile. He said it with a serious face. I told him I'm really flattered, but I really can't text customers. He didn't say anything. He just walked out. I was relieved, honestly.
Oh.
I'd rather he just stopped coming in.
He went to go get it.
The next day, while at my other job, I got a text from one of the other waitresses asking if I knew who the fat bald guy was. I said, "Yeah, he's so creepy." "Why?" She told me that he asked for my full name.
No!
I asked her if she gave it to him.
You better
and
not
She
have.
said yes.
Why? Why? Why would you do that? For what reason? Oh, God.
Honestly really upset, and this made me uncomfortable.
I would have
He
pushed her
said
in a...
that he claimed he just wanted the name of
Coach.
a really amazing waitress from last night. Later that day, I got a text. It was from Trevor. He said, "Hey, it's Trevor, your favorite customer.
Oh my
I know you said you can't give your number
God.
out, so I took it upon myself to get it myself.
From who?
You didn't break any rules, haha." I was at a loss for words. I blocked the number and hoped that would be the end of it.
Nah.
But later that week, after I got off from work, I
Stop
found an envelope tucked
going
under my windshield wiper.
back.
I grabbed it and got in my car. Its contents were disturbing.
You should have done a. I hope you did check the back seat before you got in there. Just like.
It was a bunch of pictures of me in the diner taken from the parking lot. The pictures got more disturbing though when they started being of my apartment. Me standing on my front deck walking out the front door.
No.
Most disturbing of all was a picture taken through the front window at night.
Stop! God. Oh, it's giving me chills.
I drove straight to the police precinct with the photos to report this.
I ain't going home.
These pictures, accompanied with the text I received from him, was damning enough. I stayed at my parents' house that night.
I'm staying there forever.
The next day, a detective called that Trevor guy and told him if he continued to contact me, it would be considered harassment.
I can't.
He would be arrested.
Excuse me.
I still quit the job at the restaurant just to be safe. My lease was up the next month, so I moved to a new apartment. I didn't want to have any chance of that man finding me again. He was the first and only true stalker I've ever dealt with in my life.
Good God. Oh my God. I'll tell you what, man. For my first, video, watching some scary stories and stuff, that definitely, at the end there, dude, that gave me chills. That gave me chills. I'm in for a treat. You guys are in for a treat this Halloween season, man. As I watch stuff like this. Yeah, dude, I'm sorry. The coworker giving him her full name and stuff. She would have had to see me. She would have had to see me, man. This is not happening. Like, nah, we ain't. Oof, I would have got fired that day. I would have got fired because her face would have been in the damn air fryer or the fryer, whatever they use, whatever hot, the oven, stove, whatever. Her face would have been in it because it's just like, nah. But anyway, man, like I said, go over to Mr. Nightmare, subscribe to him, because yeah, that was great. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.